Great job. So yeah, that's where we left off. Was at basically at the tent of Nanny Poo Poo on the top of Imbala, this lost civilization that's been just tortured and ripped apart by all of those terrafolk, which are no longer around thanks to you guys. So the next morning comes. You guys have your frog soup. You are basically tortured by Nanny Poo Poo's stories all night.
During the night, I added
I'm
some.
sure. Here we go. I love it.
No, this one I just added some of the spices from Eton Spice Rack to give everyone dark vision again for the day.
Nice.
Yummy.
You don't have a story for Nanny Poo Poo?
Well, I'm sure I would have entertained her with some spoon play during the night.
Oh my. Yeah, off in the other little side room that she has. So Darganoth, Christy O'Connor has bought you a Today's Your Lucky Day, so you'll have a reroll at your leisure, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. And welcome back. It's good to be back and playing again, guys. I mean, it really is. So the next morning comes, and the four of you guys wake up and have some more frog soup for breakfast. The onesies and twosies, you know. And Nanny Poo Poo, she asks you what is on the agenda. What do you have? Where are you going? Where is the next place you are going?
Well, Darganath, didn't you find some weird caverns or something while we were down there with the Terrafolk?
Yeah, they look like mines to me.
Ooh, caves. Ooh, that usually leads to fun places. I would join you if I was about 200 years younger. Oh, that's interesting. And you said that they were with the Terrafolk, eh? Ooh. Did you get your treasure yet, honeys?
Oh yes, thank you, Nanny.
All kinds of goodies there are down there.
Hey, we're going to go check out this place we found in the caves, but after that, I think we're going to try to find this Oralunga place. But I did want to ask you, is there any other interesting places that you suggest that we might visit around Land of Chult here?
Oh, the Land of Chult is a mysterious place indeed, is Omi Barton. So she's going to show you a little bit more. She's already showed you where Oralunga is in the first place. So what she's going to do is uncover a little bit more for you. She's going to uncover about this much more of the map. And she tells you that there's a river that you can travel. You know, if you are at Oralunga, and if you decide to travel south, you can do that with this river. And it's basically, it winds off into the Aldani Basin. And these rivers, they basically travel from south to north, sort of like, you know, opposite of what a normal river would usually flow from north to south. So anytime you need to, she's basically pointing to this river here, and anytime you need to make a travel, you can travel pretty quickly on this river. So there's really not a lot of you have to watch out for the, she says, yes, you have to stay clear of the Batiri goblins. They do live scattered all throughout the north here, and they all worship this metal god or something like that. Big metal god. I don't know. It's something that I've traded a couple of times with the goblins, but they always revert back to some strange metal god that they worship. Now, if you are having any issues with, say, one of you dying. Remember, I did bring up that I can perform a rite of stolen life. So if you really want to come back to life, I can do that, especially with all of this horrible death curse going around. I can bring you back, but remember, you have to sacrifice something to bring something back to life. And one little other quick thing is, you'll be a zombie if I bring you back.
A zombie? That doesn't sound pleasant.
No, it's very painful as well.
Well, we'll keep
So
that
there's
in
the
mind.
There is the map. She's uncovered a nice little chunk of the map for you. She also tells you that, when you guys were climbing Mabala, you guys could actually see this strange place off into the distance that was to the sort of like the southeast, that was like a huge floating rock, and it looked like that there was a sort of like a shape to it as a heart, and you could see a tree sticking up also. I do have an image for you. I've already shown you that. That was off to the southeast, and also to the south. You could also see that there was a sort of like a shipwreck. Almost looks like some type of one of those air vessels that had maybe crashed into the tree line, and that was on the horizon to the south, and that is where the X is. So you've got several destinations of your choosing. You actually have the caverns there from the Terrafolk. You have Orlunga. You have the wreck of you have the shipwreck there, and then you also have that weird floating heart. So you've got quite a few places.
Hey Dave, how high up are we on the plateau? Because I still have that spyglass. I can look out and see if I can see anything.
Yeah, you're about 1,800 to 2,000 feet or so up. And like I said, you guys took your time, so it wasn't like you rushed it up. You didn't have to have any kind of like climbing proficiency, climbing kit, anything like that. Just a nice merrily stroll up the 1,800 foot to the top of the plateau.
Well, guys, what do you want to do?
What you think, Captain Shin?
I thought we was going to go and investigate the cavern that was under the water where we smelled the charcoal and burning embers and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I'm
I'm
down
all
to
for that.
continue the trek on to
Nanny Poo Poo says, "Ooh, great treasures are always in caves."
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, because who knows what that could have been. And as long as we're here anyway, we might as well check it out.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's go.
She gives everybody a nice Tupperware bowl of frog stew for the way. And you make it back to the Terrafolk nest. And you are at the location. I guess, would everybody go, or what? Or are you going to be very cautious? Or
Yeah, we'll be a little careful and stay on the lookout especially for more Terrafolk.
we don't know who was out, wetting. home them all out. Somebody may be coming home for dinner, so.
Yeah, that's very true. All right, gents. So I'm going to share you the next map. I'm going to put Darganoth up front because I'm sure he probably would have been the one that would have led you into this strange place. There you go. There is the map. That is what you guys can see as you submerge yourself under the water. It's just
Dave,
a very short trip.
On the combat tracker, it won't let us remove the old effects from before.
I'll take care of it. Not a problem. So as you guys descend down, you make the short trip into the watery cavern. It starts to ascend up. You see the water as you break the plane, and you are in a very tight, 10-foot wide, 10-foot tall, arched, pretty much like an archway. And there's a couple of open doors, a couple of large iron doors, and there's a carving above the door that has like a relief that's carved into it, and it's a relief of a couple of crossed hammers and tongs, basically the tools of like a blacksmith or maybe someone that knows how to work the forge. And these doors are old. They're pretty much rusted open. One's kind of broken off of one of the hinges. And you have this very strong smell of like something burning. And you can also hear very, very, very off into the very distant part of the place that you're just entering, sort of like metal on metal, sort of like a very consistent bang, almost like it's some type of rhythm, as maybe someone is banging on maybe an anvil with a hammer or something like that. So this is where you're at the entrance of some cave as you kind of descend down about 15 feet past the doorway, and you can see that there are tracks just as Darganoth has described to you guys. And there's a steam that's filling the air. And what do you guys think?
So, you guys gonna have me do my thing, or are we all doing this together?
Well, before you go anywhere, Darganath, as I pull a spoon out of my bag, this could be dangerous, so I better give some of the Spoon of Courage blessings, as I'll use a 3rd level slot to cast a Spoon of Courage on all my party members.
All right. So let me get some of these effects off of you guys.
Did we get a rest before we came this way? We rested it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the 0 advantage on do you have the advantage on save still 0?
Oh yeah, that's from my
Okay.
Spoon of Courage, so it's on the next, whatever save you make next, you get advantage on.
Darg, what do I need to take off of you? You got Longstrider, Inspiration. I guess the Bardic Inspiration needs to come off.
Nah, I think
Yeah.
that's it.
The Dark Vision will stay on. How about the attack and save? I think that's from Inspiration. No, that's from Bless. So I guess that would probably come off too, right?
Yeah, the Bless
Yes.
would come off.
Okay, Longstrider, is that going to come off, or is that staying on?
That's gone as far as I know.
Okay. Let's see, Omi, what's coming off of yours? I guess the buff from Shen, a dark
one of the
vision,
dark.
and looks like that's good. Let's see. I think that's good. I think we've got it all cleared out. So, and then I'll go ahead and
I
give
will
you
act-
guys the rest as well.
And I'm gonna catch mage armor.
I'm
Okay.
actually going to cast Longstrider and put it on Darganeth again. And then I'll take out my Pearl of Power and get my 3rd level slot back. There you go, Darganeth. You're all set to go. I'm going to give you one last pat on the shoulder with a spoon.
Go be sneaky, sneaky.
So there was a one other thing. We're gonna, just as you guys were fixing to go back into the Terrafolk nest, a noise kind of startled you guys, and behind you there was a drow elf. So I'll let the drow elf introduce himself to you guys.
It's actually she, but that's okay.
That's right. Yeah, she. Not used to. Not used to guys playing girls characters and stuff. My bad on that.
Yeah, I did it just because everyone was male here, so I thought it'd be fun to introduce a female.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so I'll kind of give you my backstory. The character, her name's Mithray Daerith. She's a paladin, drow, and so she knew she was born into an evil world with nothing but ties to the most evil treachery in the realms. My family showed me that erroneous acts against outsiders as well as our own race. I felt out of sorts and compassion for those they slaughtered. As soon as my training was nearing completion, I planned my escape from the Underdark. With the help of a friend I met while on patrol, the Spervrelvin, I can't even say that, I was able to make it far enough away to get to the surface. From there, I set out to the city of Luskan, where I befriended several dwarves.
Did you forget the? I think you let go of the button.
Oh, yeah, I had it on. So they taught me their ways and language. I helped them defend their homelands and always help the common folk. This leads me to why I came to Chult. I'd heard rumors that there was a great evil in this place, and the death curse origin may be tracked back here. I fear for my friends and the Battlehammer clan, and must do what I can to save them. So when I got here, I have been following you guys for a while. I followed you down the river and kind of kept the distance to try to figure out what you guys were up to, and it looks like you guys are after the same thing that I am, and would love to join you guys.
Nice ninjaing it. I like it.
Are you sure you just didn't come for the spooning?
Yeah, I've heard of the spoons. They're nice. I would like to have a spoon.
Somebody's after spoons.
Uh-oh.
My pa used to tell stories of your kind, though. He said you'd eat babies. Is that true?
Not me personally, but maybe some in my kind have. Yes, they definitely sacrifice babies, which I do not approve of. It's one reason why I had to leave.
They taste like chicken. They're so young and they're so tender.
I was going to say squirrel.
That's the brains. The brains of the squirrel, right? You make a
Yeah.
brain soup.
So what do you think, Captain Shen? Shall we make her a new crew member?
I think we should put her on probation and see what happens. We can always kill Hollum if she gets out of line.
All right, it looks like you're officially a part of the team. As I pull out a spoon and a Spoon the World T-shirt. Here's your complimentary T-shirt as part of the team, and
Here's your uniform.
Here's your uniform.
and let me give you the blessings of the spoon. As I tap you on the shoulder with a spoon, I'll cast a spoon of courage on you.
Why, thank you, Omi.
You're welcome. Glad to have you on board.
Glad to be of help.
Oh, the whole spooning, I mean, just is a little crazy. as I bless you right off the bat with a spoon buff, as I spoon you.
There's more of that spooning later.
Oh boy.
She better sleep pretty far away from these four, huh?
All right, so I've added a nice drow female token to your sheet, and we'll get that into the combat tracker, and I've got you added now to the map. And if you don't like that token, afterwards I'll show you the other female drows that I have. It's kind of paladin-esque with the shield and stuff. All right, adventurers. So you see the stairways descend down in front of you. Your dark elf companion in tow. Put her in the back. She won't have to worry about sunlight sensitivity in here. That's nice. So what do you think, adventurers?
What do you guys say? Am I doing my thing, or are we all going on this
Oh,
one?
my ankles.
Elbow and
killing me.
Darg and say, "Come on, let's go."
I can feel every beat of my heart.
At least take a look
Oh,
around the corners,
hurts.
Dark.
Okay, I'll whisper a word under my breath and change my armor to all black, and then pull the hood over my head as I move forward.
Ooh. So as you look, you can see the tracks continuing straight. You can also see the tracks continuing to your left. And let me open up a little bit more of this for you also, so you can actually kind of see a little bit more. You can see how the tracks kind of go around the corner here. And also to the north, you can see that the tracks continue what appeared to be maybe a cave, maybe like a bridge or something like that. There's rails on each side. To the right, there's another cavern over here on the eastern side. And the one thing that you do know about this, that you do notice about this Darganoth, is that the steam or the fog seems like it's flowing out of that area, kind of filling up everywhere else. Even though steam's coming from all directions, it seems like the steam is a little bit thicker to the east.
And you said the tracks go where?
The tracks go west and the tracks go straight.
I was, for some reason, for a second, I thought foot tracks instead of
No.
obvious tracks on the map.
No, it's okay. I can share the map again if you need it.
Okay, I'll go ahead, and if I need to roll anything, fine. I'm gonna check around here.
So your cloak, what's that doing, by the way, the cloak?
I mean, really, changing my armor to black was just for flair. But I do have a cloak of Elvenkind, so they get disadvantage on perception. I get advantage on stealth.
Okay. Yeah, I figured it was something like that. I just wanted to have you kind of confirm it. So, yeah, you look around the corner here and see a couple other ways that you can kind of maneuver. And also, it gets really steamy here, almost to the point to where you can barely see the end. And then there's sort of like, as you kind of look over this way, sort of like at an angle, you can see the earthen floor turns into like this smooth stone type of flooring as it kind of goes out, as it kind of, your sight is blocked by the natural corridors there, but you can see what appears to be like a smooth floor that is definitely man-made.
And then I would check this way. I just want to. This will probably be the last way I check north and south here.
Yeah, same thing up here to the north. Another area that you can actually see, and you can actually see that there's sort of like a gantry where you can see the sort of like the edge of the gantry, and you can see the heat coming up like this wave of heat. So yeah, and then as you kind of look out, you can see that there's also some type of mechanism that has a chain with buckets attached to it, and you're up higher, so you can actually see a little bit, as you kind of go up to the edge and kind of look around there, like about right here. You can see that this area actually opens up, and there's a river of lava. And like I said, it's on a gantry, so you can kind of move about on the gantry, and then you can see the buckets kind of going from where you're at up top down to a lower gantry, probably about a 10-foot portion of lava. And like I said, the heat index is just coming up, and it's like you're on a road, in the middle of the day, and you can look down the road and just see the heat wave coming up off of. That's what it looks like basically. And then over here where the track continues to go south around another bend. So that's pretty much what you see. But when you
like down this way?
Just a couple of dead end caverns, and I'll just go ahead and I'll open those up for you. Those are pretty much just empty, I guess you could say, nature's pockets. So yeah, that's what you see. And as you're back over here, kind of looking around there, Darganoth, you could hear that the banging of iron on iron definitely was a little bit louder, and it seemed like that banging was coming from straight across from that other gantry. There was a doorway. It seems like that's where this forging is going on.
So yeah, I'll go back and I'll look at them. Oh, I'll go back and I'll pull my hood back off my head, and I'll just kind of be like, there's definitely some man-made features down here other than the tracks. There's some smooth floors, but I can't see too well with the steam to the right there. No, yeah, right as we face coming out.
Yeah, the steam was
I'll
definitely
turn around to
much thicker.
emphasize that it's right there. But there's some kind of lava down here, and the sound's coming from the left. But there's also a bridge, so we can either cross using these buckets, I think, or the bridge would be safer if you don't trust your acrobatic skills.
Taking the bridge, eh?
Yes, look, Chen might be more comfortable with the bridge.
Yeah, I'm not a very acrobatic guy.
Yeah, me neither.
Don't want to take that chance, huh? Nobody's feeling frisky.
If you're not living on the edge, taking up
Yeah.
too much room. But, lava's hot. I get blisters on my feet. Pretty bad.
Yeah, the way that he describes it to you is it seems like it would basically incinerate you if you were to fall in instantly, and you would just be floating bones as they sink below the surface of the lava.
Well, I will say I vote we go check out the room to the cavern to the right and head north towards the sound.
Oh.
Somebody's obviously doing something.
I mean,
Most
you guys want me
definitely.
to scout more, or you just want to go with me?
I think you should split the party. I say you should venture out by yourself, Darganoth.
I do enough of that, I feel like, out of character there.
So Nathray, does this any of this sound familiar to you? Anything you've heard of before?
The foraging?
Underground lava and steam. Steam, you said, coming from a chamber.
Yeah, it sounds like it's some type of weaponsmith, possibly making weapons.
Well, let's go check it out. Lead on.
Putting the drow.
It's
on
possible.
point, huh?
It's possible it's dwarven in nature as well.
They do love to live beneath the rock. Alright, adventurers. I don't have your tokens locked up. I see everybody's just a little maybe intimidated.
Well, I'm
to
human.
move.
I don't do well underground.
Just turn around and be like, is everyone else afraid to move? What's going on?
My feet are frozen. It's that soup.
Yeah, that soup was kind of heavy, wasn't it?
It was. I don't know what she was using. Wasn't your spice.
Oh yeah. All right, so as you start to enter that corridor, Shen, you know that, like I said, and this happened with Darganoth as well. You know, your nose starts to run a little bit, your eyes start to water, very pungent, you know, smell of smoke, you know, stinging your eyes. It's not killing you or anything, just to let you know that. But you can also see the area where the arrow is there, Shen, to where it kind of goes off into another gantry.
Alright.
Hey, Shen, I heard steam rooms are good for your skin, but it might not be so good in that all that armor you're wearing.
Well, head on in there and check it out, Omi.
Well, let's check out this noise first. Sounds more interesting.
I like how he
I have
says,
the
head on
super
in there.
chainmail of cooling.
Yeah, I hope you don't expect me with my, you know, sensitive, noble self to go into that nasty steam.
Oh, too good.
So we want to
Wow.
venture on to the north end?
Oh boy, there's a couple more perks that have come in from our good friend Banach. He's made it rain, so I'll make everybody get some experience in chat. It looks like he's bought a This Monster Loves You. He's also got a Today is Your Lucky Day for someone. And the last but not least, Omi sings you a happy birthday. Oh boy. He said he wants you to sing me happy birthday, Omi, because I had a birthday a couple of days ago.
Okay.
Actually, almost a couple of weeks ago. I just don't say anything about it. So
Oh, happy birthday, Dave. Do you still have the recording?
thanks, Grumpy. Oh, you can just go ahead and say. I'd rather have it sung to me live.
I need to find something to hold the push to talk key down though.
Jam a penny down
Oh,
in there or
man.
something like that.
I tried that before for something else on this laptop and it doesn't work.
Omi, you also get the Today is Your Lucky Day perk also.
Well, thank you, Banuk.
You know what? Yeah, just go ahead and sing happy birthday to me. Yeah, just go ahead, man. Because
All right,
I
Dave.
didn't get to hear that at all. Now that I'm 1,900 miles away from all my family and stuff. Yeah.
I'll have to find something to hold the push to talk the key down for next time, but I'll just sing it to you this time without the
Aw.
spoons.
I'm turning red
Yep.
already.
Happy birthday to you. Happy spoon day to you. Happy spoon day to Dave, the digital dungeon master.
Yay.
Happy spoon day to you.
As you're just beating on the kettle.
Yay.
That is awesome. That brought a smile to my face. I like that. Banach, I seen him mention something about that a little bit ago. I was like, I wonder if he's going to do it, but he sure did.
Next time I'll find something to hold this push to talk key down, so I can include the spoons with it.
Somebody's going to get a natural 20 hit from a monster. I don't know who's going to get it. Maybe I'll do like a percentage chance or something like that. I like that. So there you go, guys. Got all kind of different pathways all over the place. So it looks like, Omi, it looks like you're kind of going to the north a little bit.
I was going to kind of take
Thanks
a
for the
look
raid,
in here and
Grumpy
see what
Lime. I
Darganath was
appreciate
talking
it.
about.
Welcome, Grumpy. Welcome, everyone.
Now just
We're
be
playing
careful.
Tomb of
It
Annihilation.
looks like this could
Kinda
lead
goofing
into the
around-
Underdark
goofing
as
around with
well.
stuff.
Not all beings are friendly down there, as we know.
I'm waiting for all this. I'm waiting for all the miniatures to start going all the other different ways so I can lock up the combat map. That's what I'm waiting to do. So spread them out, guys. Spread them wide.
The Underdark, you say? I've heard that
Thanks,
there's
Grumpy.
a
I
fungus
appreciate it.
down there that makes
Thank
your
you so
face
much.
melt off.
Not if you play him the right spoon song.
You can see another gantry, Omi Barton, as you make your way out on this bridge. There's another gantry just to your right, where there's like a bridge that takes the buckets and basically dips them down into the liquid hot magma and then pulls them back up and sets them onto the gantry. You can also see another gantry across the way. And then across the river, because this place is brightly illuminated, so you can pretty much see everything now. And there you go. You can also see that the tracks go north into a cave, and it looks like they turn to the west. So and then these chain buckets to the north, they're kind of going from one gantry to another. Doesn't look like there's anything in them per se. But you do see the chain is moving the buckets across. So quite interesting. See quite a few interesting different places you might be able to find. Now, why don't 010 and also Darganoth, why don't you two lovely souls give me a perception check as you guys are walking past this corridor to your right. Actually, both of you had great rolls, and both of you at the same, because you guys are almost pretty much walking past this place simultaneously anyway. And you hear what appears to be maybe wings flapping, and you hear like a type of sound over to your right hand side coming from this area. Of course, that's the area where all of the, where the smoke is stinging your eyes and making your eyes water and making your nose run. And yeah, you hear what appears to be maybe wings flapping.
So
And
Zero
some
makes
type
a
of
hand
wings.
flapping noise and whispers, "Terrafolk, maybe."
Definitely not Terrafolk size unless they're small. These the way that when you fought the Terrafolk, that's still fresh in your mind. But yeah, the wings that you just heard flapping were nowhere near the size of the Terrafolk, because the Terrafolk were large. Those were large creatures. I mean, those things were, had a 10-foot wingspan and 6 to 8 feet tall. But yeah, these are very, very, very small wings compared to what you did here in the Terrafolk nest.
Bats, perhaps?
You
Well,
don't
I
know.
probably think bats are something small, winged creature. What do you think, Dark?
I'm pretty good if we just keep moving.
Hey, Dark, this passageway up ahead bends. Do you want to check it out? Or You want me to test the bridge first since I'm the lightest?
I'll go
Yeah,
ahead and
do
check it
that.
out. That'll get me away from whatever that. Did you hear that over there?
I heard it sound like wings.
Gave him the bait, and they're not taking it.
Yeah, you guys just stay here where that noise came from, and I'll go check this out.
I ain't worried.
I'll back away as I pull my hood up.
Zero says, I'm level 5. I got fireballs, dude. I'm not worried about it. All right, so Darg, as you get there, I'm gonna lock everything up, and we'll come back to you in just a second. Now, over to the right, Nothray, something catches your eye as something whisk from the bottom over to the right hand side, and you see something flapping its wings, something very small, maybe like a foot wide, like a foot cube, like a foot cube sized creature just kind of zinged past really quick, and it caught your eye, and you looked over and you could see it kind of disappear into the smoke, because as you look into this chamber to your right, the smoke gets thicker and thicker the more right that you look, and you saw this small little winged creature, and I'm going to give you an image of what this thing looks like really quick. But this is something that, especially with you being a drow, this is a creature that you have seen and you've noticed, and it is a smoke mephit. A dodgy little thing flew from down here to over here in no time at all, and it caught your eye as you turned and saw it kind of disappear into the smoke.
Okay. Hey guys, I think I just saw a smoke method. We've seen these in the Underdark before.
The smoke muffin?
Dangerous?
It's a winged creature.
Something we need to eliminate now? Or we need to be concerned about it coming up behind us?
They're a little shifty. We could carry on, but this thing may follow us wherever we're going.
Ooh. All right, so we'll come back to you guys, and we'll go to the north where Darganoth is. So Darganoth, as you get to the corner,
Do I need to specify, like, when I'm scouting ahead that I'm being stealthy, or
no.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you don't need to give me a stealth check every 5 feet. No, I'll anytime that something is getting close to you, I'll do a stealth roll versus your perception, and then vice versa. If you are getting close to anything, then I'll do a perception against your skill, which is outrageous anyway. So yeah, chances are you won't be surprised too often, but you'll still have that small chance. But yeah, I'm not going to make you do a check every 5 feet. I think that's just mundane.
That's how it works, right? Like, I get advantage and they get disadvantage at the same time just because it's cloak. It seems pretty OP.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, for stealth, it's definitely a nice cloak. That's for sure. What you want is the cloak of displacement. That's the one that you want. That's the one that gives everything disadvantage when it attacks you. But those are so very rare. So, okay. You see the tracks. They kind of bend a little bit, but it is a very narrow 5 to 10 foot wide corridor, and you can still hear the echoes of the iron on iron, like banging on an anvil.
Now, I obviously can look at the map and tell, but like my character map sense, would I be able to tell that these tracks are getting pretty close to where those buckets led?
Yeah, oh yeah, of course you could put 2 and 2 together and figure that out. Yeah.
I'll kind of course, this sort of breaks stealth, but I'll kind of look back and like wave them forward.
Yeah, because you're using the shadows and the heat index and your position in the caves to kind of make yourself almost invisible. Plus, there is some shadows, so yeah.
And having no idea what's going on back there because I'm up here. I'm just like waving them forward like it's safe, because I don't know any better about whatever they saw back there.
Yeah, you didn't really even hear that. So we'll come back to you in just a second, Darg. As all of a sudden, Nothray, you see something. Well, actually, you hear something fluttering its wings. And you can see that the smoke kind of separates a little bit. And something's very close. Something's just around this corner here, where I'm putting the green arrow on the map. Something's right around that corner because the wings that you can hear flapping, and actually Zero, you can hear this now as well. And it's really close. It's just right around the corner, and you hear it. Those little wings just flapping feverishly.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go investigate, see how many there are.
Sure. All right, so as you move in a little bit, you move in about 10 feet or so, and around the corner there is a smoke method. And this thing can actually see you coming. And as it sees you, it is just hovering there. It's hovering at about eye level with you. And it says, "Psst, are you here to free the dwarves? Are you here? Are you here to free the dwarves?"
What dwarves?
The dwarves were captured. They were captured by the fire newts. The fire newts have taken this place over. This place is called Harakamar. It's the home of the dwarves.
Then yes, I would like to consult with my peers, but I would like to save the dwarves.
Another smoke method comes from around the corner. Zero, you notice that the drow moved off down the corridor.
Yeah, I tap Shen. I say, "Hey, Shen, the new girl just wandered off."
The new girl, I like it.
Typical.
You can
I
peek
hear
around the
talking.
corner.
I hear
you
whispering, talking.
Yeah, you and Shen can both hear that going on. The high-pitched sound of something speaking. You can hear the word
Naomi, get a
dwarf
hold
and
of
stuff.
Darganoth. Tell him to get back here quickly.
Yes. Omi, tell Darganoth to come back here. There's something going on behind us.
When I get to Darganath, I'll say, "Darganath, there's something going on back there, and I don't know what it is, but something."
So you can eventually get caught up, because I'm sure that you would go up and get Darganoth, and I can see Zero, he moved over into the small little earthen chamber. And Zero, you can see a couple of smoke methods. I believe that you've actually encountered those before. In fact, I think you guys have all encountered methods before. But these are,
Yes.
these are like a grayish and not very big. Speak common
The
though.
methods is what we ran
Yeah.
into before.
Yeah. They look almost identical as a mud method. So they greet you, and they tell you that this place is called Harakamar. And Harakamar is a place where metal is basically smelted into bars. And these methods would sometimes trade with the dwarves. But as of recent times, actually quite a while now, a clan of fire newts has moved in and ran off the dwarves or killed them or have them in the caves to the west, that they're enslaved basically. And they're killing the dwarves off. They're keeping a couple of the engineers around to make sure if any of the equipments break, they're keeping them around to fix them. But other than that, all of the dwarves are pretty much gone. Please don't kill us, though. Please don't kill us, Mr. Drow Elf. Please, Mrs. Drow Elf, don't eat us. Thanks for the follows. Thanks, guys.
Lead us to these dwarves, and we won't hurt you.
Oh, we cannot leave the smoke. That's why the smoke is so dense here, because this is heaven for us. But just follow the tracks to the west. There are a couple of dwarves. We heard a couple of the fire newts talking. Something about traveling south, and they were also attacked by some type of kobold clan too. So it seems like the kobolds are trying to take this place from the fire newts too. Lots of madness happening in here. And one of the
Sounds like we got a
one of the
war about
smoke
to
nef-
happen.
yeah, one of the smoke mephits kind of takes off. And you guys can actually kind of look around this place. There's nothing else really much happening here. Just a bunch of small little dead end caverns and stuff. Please don't kill us, though. We don't hurt anyone.
I think we should spare these two and try to find the dwarves, guys. What do you think?
I can support that.
Is this probably about the time I come in and I'm just like totally lost, wondering what's going on?
Yeah, you've been there for a little bit. You can hear the conversation. It's not like it wasn't a 2-second conversation. You could hear about the halfway point of it. So you got the gist of what's going on with that.
Yeah, Dark, there were some kind of smoke creatures. They looked a little spoon-shaped.
Oh boy.
So I think you see the spoon and everything.
So we need to rescue some dwarves. There should be some good loot in that.
Yeah, if you're short.
All right, where to, guys?
I think he said west. If we head down, what'd you see over there, Dargonoff?
The tracks just keep going. I think for a while, I don't know. I just saw the tracks continue to go.
I vote we continue to head towards the noise.
That sounds good.
There'd be dwarfs there being forced to work, or perhaps we can bash a fire newt on the head along the way.
Yes, bash the fire newts. As it kind of chuckles and flies away into the southern cave to where the other smoke mephit went. Bash all of them. And as it's flying away around the corner, it says, "There are lots of them. There are lots of fire newts."
So do we want to head north and west, or straight west from here, Omi?
Well, Darganath, you said the tracks up there turned west.
Yeah. Could I tell?
All right.
Could I hear the noise coming from down that hallway to the north, or no?
Oh yeah, for sure. It seems like it was more concentrated to the north where you guys were, well, where you were at, Darg. And as you kind of make your way around, back across the bridge and back to where you're at, it definitely softens, like you're going away from it.
I mean, the safest bet would be to cross this bridge, unless you're of some skill and we can maybe work our way across those buckets. Well, I guess you guys haven't seen the buckets, but they're to the west there, south of us.
It just depends on which way you guys want to go. I mean, you've got quite a few different ways that you can move around.
I vote center line on the bridge.
Yeah, let's go center line. I had a bad experience with a bucket and a wood chipper once anyway.
Oh, nice. The old wood chipper joke.
Could you just do me one favor, though, Omi, if we're going to use this bridge?
Sure, absolutely.
Could you just not throw one of those exploding spoons around here?
Oh, I only use those when they're really needed.
Or he sees more than 2 smoke newts.
Yeah. The old shatter spoons. All right, guys. Looks like you're moving north.
Just hang out here, guys. I can come. I'll be right back.
All right, Dark, go do your thing.
Get away from the fire.
Jump in the fire. Love how everything is so easy to use in Fantasy Grounds. Love it. All right, Darg. I'll move you the rest of the way. Well, you can move yourself, but kind of see it open up into almost like a crossway. And there's a couple of things that are going on for sure. You can see the rest of this gantry to the south. You can see another crane. You can see down to the south where there is yet another gantry. This place kind of opens up when you get down here to these crossroads. And you can also see that there's another corridor with tracks, sort of like this Y junction. Continues to go west into the earth and rock. And I know what you're definitely wanting to know, what's to the north, which now I want you to give me, as you kind of as you look at everything else around you from the south. Now I want you to give me a stealth check. All right. Give me a stealth check, and I'm going to do a perception.
And remember, that's disadvantage for them perceiving me.
So yeah, the noise is definitely much louder here, Darganoth, as you can kind of maneuver yourself up to about here, and you're not seen at all. So sorry for moving your token for you, but I just kind of want to give you the full Monty of what you see, basically. And this is what you see. And there's quite a few, especially right to your right. There's a pit, right? And this pit is of like this silver metallic liquid, like a pool of it. And you can also see that there's 6 huge machines in this massive, area that you just stumbled upon. And this is where the hammering is happening. Because you can see these enormous rectangular types of almost square-looking machines, 6 of them, some devices that you've never seen before. And they're basically siphoning in all of the magma, and it's spitting out like this liquid metal. Looks like it's